Jeremiah Runkle in the middle with Jordan Pratt as we are surrounded by rabid fans. Ball tip controlled. Oh, going to be controlled back to J.D. Marr, and the foul is going to be called on Aaron Vogel over the back. Not the start you wanted.
No, it's not. It is exactly the right call, though. Aaron Vogel got there a little late, went right over the top, picked up the foul.
With the ball, it's going to be Mike Brazil. Tillamook will sit in their 2-3 zone as we expected. With the ball, they reverse. Marr on top, right side to Brazil. Brazil to Marr, playing catch as Pratt posted up at the free throw line. Hartford steps out on him. Back to Brazil. Brazil, direct in traffic, goes to Pratt on the left wing. Into the corner to Lambert. Lambert back to Brazil. Eyes for three, won't take it to Marr on top. Marr steps back, Brazil. Kephart on him, shading towards Brazil's side. J.D. Marr on top, right wing to Pratt. His first touch. Marr traveled with the ball.
First turnover of the ball game, but that's very patient offense and just a little bit happy feet. Tillamook gets their first offensive chance.
And that's exactly what we're going to see, is a lot of patience on the offense against that 2-3 zone of the Cheesemakers. With the ball, the Cheesemakers bring it down. It's going to be Jordan Pratt sitting in the middle of the key. Looks to me like it's going to be a box and one. Left side, that would be a box and one. A man-to-man defense against Hartford. Right wing for three is good by Sam Gardner.
And that is exactly how he started the game off, if you remember the other night.
And holy smokes. Down the floor, Pratt, jumper, free throw line, way short. Rebound, Runkle down with the ball. Hartford was in his face on that shot. It's a box and one against Hartford. With the ball right side, inside Runkle, pump fake, stop, shoots from 8. Short, no good. Rebound comes down to Brazil. Brazil out of backcourt to bring the ball down. It's Lambert on Hartford. Tillamook's going to have a hard time getting it inside. Lambert down low, turns around, he's hacked, no call. Whistle call this time on the second one. It's going to be on Sam Gardner.
Sam Gardner picks up his first personal foul.
To the line will go Lambert. No, I take that back. That's not Lambert. That's Justin Reynolds. That is Reynolds that's going to be on Hartford. Reynolds is 6'3", and he took it inside. Hartford playing on his back.
What about that shot by Sam Gardner? Just nothing but ice running through the veins.
First shot good, and it's at 3-1. Cheesemaker lead. 6:30 left to play. First period just underway. Second free throw by Reynolds. Dribbles and eyes. Free throw on the way is good as well. Inbounds far side against full court pressure. Jerry Runkle in back court. Comes near side to Kephart. Kephart back to Runkle. Going to have to hurry to get it down the floor. Gets it to Vogel. Beats left wing in the corner to Hartford. He gives it up back to Kephart. To Vogel in the corner. Lob pass down low to Runkle. He takes it up, lays it in.
Nice move by Runkle. Got himself in deep. Turnaround jumper from the left side.
With the ball, J.D. Marr down the floor to Pratt. Pratt takes it inside, jumps it up, missed it. Hartford down with a rebound. Again, it was Hartford in Pratt's face. 5-1, make that 5-2 Cheesemakers.
Pratt getting in very deep on the offensive end. They're going to have to do something to get him to stop him a little bit sooner than that.
Hartford goes high post, Runkle low post. Runkle gets the ball, kicks it back out. Gardner for three again. This one's no good. Rebound long, comes off to Marr on the backside. Central controls. They'll push sideline left to Pratt. Jordan Pratt down the floor with the ball on the left wing. Back out on top, they swing it around. It's Brazil on the right wing now to Pratt on the left wing. Into the corner. Lambert, his first touch. Out on top. Here the Cheesemaker fans, both fans chanting now. With the ball in the corner, right wing, Lambert. Lambert with Runkle extending on him. Reynolds posted up, but they're working around the perimeter. Way out on the perimeter, J.D. Marr back to Brazil. Brazil lob pass backdoor, alley-oop laid it up and in. Jordan Pratt ran the wing and slid inside for the easy two on the alley-oop. It's 5-4, a one-point game. With the ball, Gardner on the right wing, won't shoot the three this time, reverses it back out and around. With the ball on the left wing, pass inside to Hartford, down low at the free throw line, step through, laid it up and in. Nice move by Jason Hartford.
Yes, it was, and it's one that we're not used to seeing. He gave the little head fake and came back to the left side from the paint.
Even put the ball down, dribbled once, and then took it to the hole. First 2 points of the game for Hartford. 7-4 Cheesemakers. Baseline. Base jumper on the way. Pratt, no good. Rebound inside Reynolds. He takes it up and in. Offensive board that time. Cheesemakers lead cut to 1 again. Kephart on top with the ball. Steps through, looks into the corner to Gardner. He'll shoot the three again and hits!
2 for 3 outside the three-point line. Sam Gardner with 6 points, leading the Tillamook Cheesemakers.
He has struggled all year long from the three-point line. State championship, he steps up and hits 2 out of his first 3. Baseline jumper on the way short. No good. Hartford rebound. Outlet Vogel, they'll run. Left side, Jeremiah Runkle. Jerry with the ball, free throw extended left side. They drop off him. He steps through down the lane, lays it up. He missed it. Got his own rebound, laid it up and in.
Oh, he was so open the first time around. He couldn't believe it. Left it short off the side iron. 4 points in the ballgame. 2 for 4. Jeremiah Runkle.
Jeremiah Runkle gets a big growl, a groan, a scream, and a holler, and Central calls timeout. Jerry very pumped up after that, as are the Cheesemakers with a 12-6 lead, as Tillamook here with a Central timeout, a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here with 3:42 left to play in the first period.
And if it sounds like we're screaming half the time, we are, because we have to yell that loud just to hear ourselves, and the crowd is very, very noisy. These kids will not have another opportunity, most of them, to ever play in front of this many people again.
Absolutely, as we look up and around, 6,000 to 7,000 people, and enjoying every bit of it as the Cheesemaker fans on their feet right now. The student section is 2 full sections wide down there of Tillamook Cheesemaker students, many graduates imported for tonight's game.
Painted up, have clothes, well, they have clothes on. I'm glad
Obviously.
they have clothes on, so they're dressed up. It is just a great atmosphere.
12-6, Cheesemakers lead. Brazil's going to walk the ball down the floor. Just slight pressure there as Tillamook backs up in their 2-3 zone. With the ball, Marr on top, going to step in, now backs out. Brazil on the right wing into the corner to Lambert. Goes to Pratt on the baseline. Pratt steps through, shoots. He missed it, but Marr with the offside rebound. Has it tipped away, but it goes out of bounds off Tillamook.
Vogel hustling, trying to catch back up with that basketball, but couldn't do it, and it went out of bounds.
Blazers going to check in for Sam Gardner. 3:18 left to play in the first period.
What a great first quarter by Sam Gardner. 2 for 3 outside the three-point line, 6 points in the ball game.
With the ball on top, Brazil out for 3. Won't take it yet. He will as soon as he gets an opening. He'll be firing it up from the 3 line. With the ball, Brazil, right side Vogel in his face. Hands left to Pratt. Around the perimeter, out of the corner, checked by Gardner. Out of bounds, that was Blazer, not Gardner. And it'll be ball. Gary Blazer actually checked it and came down with it, but he was out of bounds.
Lambert went up, and Blazer just capped him and took it away from him.
Pratt inside, got it deep, checked in there, rebound comes down, loose. Blazer comes up with it. Looked like Jason Hartford got by a little slap on the arm there from the Cheesemakers. With the ball, left wing, Vogel. Back to Kephart. Kephart, pump fake, goes right side to Blazer. High post, on top to Kephart. He'll shoot. It's going to be way short. Rebound, Runkle inside. Boards, follows for 2! Jerry Runkle for 2. With a rebound and the follow, he's got 6 in the quarter.
He is playing his best game of the tournament, and maybe his career.
With the ball left side, Jordan Pratt inside Lambert. Jumper, 15 straight away. No good. Hartford down with a rebound again. Hands back to Vogel, 14-6. Cheesemakers lead by 8. Left side, Kephart with the ball. Kephart a little bit too quick to jump that last one up, but the offensive board by Runkle saved him. Right wing, Blazer. He'll lie for 3, back to Vogel on top. Left swing to Kephart. Lane catch on the outside. Waiting to Vogel. High post to Kephart. Left side, Kephart. He'll shoot the 3. Good! Can you believe it? The Cheesemakers, in their first state championship appearance in 7 years, are lighting it up in the first quarter.
They struggled the entire season outside the three-point line, and tonight they cannot miss.
Brazil, right wing to Marr. Inside jumper, whistle foul. Going to be Hartford standing there with his hands in the air. The Cheesemaker fans, they all put their hands in the air and said, wait a minute, how can you do this and get the foul? Jason probably got by with a couple earlier, so I guess we can't complain too much.
Not yet.
Justin Reynolds will go to the line. Obviously, that's not something that you can have as Jason Hartford in foul trouble. Justin Reynolds, free throw on the way, is good.
He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line already in the ballgame with 5 points, Justin Reynolds.
17-7, Cheesemakers lead. They had their largest lead moments ago at 17-6. Reynolds eyes for the second one. Waits. Free throw on the way is good. Reynolds quiets the Cheesemaker crowd on his 2 free throws. Vogel now going to bring it down the floor. Do not get content taking the 3-point shot here if you're a Cheesemaker. With the ball, Blazer on the right wing. Coming around to Vogel. Make that Kephart on top. Left wing to Vogel. Trying to go down. Goes high post to Runkle. Runkle with Pratt on him. Going to drive. Kicks it back out to Vogel. On top. Blazer's going to shoot a 3. He hits as well! Gary Blazer getting in the action. He hits a 3. 20-8 Cheesemakers.
Might as well spread it around. 4 for 5 outside the 3-point line here in the first quarter for the Tillamook Cheesemakers.
Baseline pass. Lambert in the corner. Back around the top to Marr. J.D. Marr with the ball. Dribbles. Waits. Goes right wing to Brazil. Into the corner to Lambert. There's Pratt. He'll jump from 18 and hits. Jordan Pratt gets open from 18, and he knocks it down as well. 45 seconds left to play in the first period. Kephart, sideline left with the ball. Hands back. Gives it up. Gets it back. Back to Vogel on the left wing. With the ball going around, right pass inside to Hartford, gets it in deep, lays it up and in. Great catch by Jason Hartford on the pass from Gary Blazer.
He had to work hard and move quickly down the paint to catch up with that, but he did. Just that soft hands corralled it, laid it up and in.
Brazil with the ball on the right wing with 20 seconds left in the quarter. With 15 now to Lambert. Lambert back to Brazil. Kicking out is Jordan Pratt. He'll look to do something here in the waning seconds. Brazil. Watch him step back. Going to make the move against Kephart. Going to drive inside. Tough shot on the way from 18. No good. Rebound inside Central, but the quarter's over. A great first quarter of basketball it was. Tillamook leads after 1, 22-10. We'll be back in 1 minute. You back. Sign up for checking that pays and get cash back every time you use your U.S. Bank check card. Stop by your local U.S. branch bank today. Tillamook with the ball to start the second period of play. Kephart right wing to Gardner back in. Lob pass inside to Hartford. Hartford dishes backside to Vogel. Lays it up. Scores! And he is fouled!
And why not? The assist comes from Jason Hartford. The double. Then the triple team came on him. He dished off. I didn't think he could see a wide open Vogel. He did. Backside pressure came and fouled him.
Vogel threw it up with heavy hammer. Had no idea who the foul was on. And to the line will go Aaron Vogel.
Aaron
Free
Vogel.
throw. Good.
First 3 points of the ball game.
25-10. It's not going to be easy this whole game. I'll tell you right now. 15-point lead. Remember, the girls had a 13-point lead earlier. 14-point lead in their game and lost by 13. With the ball. Left side Brazil. Tamar on top. Marr back to Brazil for 3. Good.
He was just too open. Tillamook did not rotate quickly enough that time. You cannot get tired in this basketball game.
Kephart with the ball on top to Runkle. Against a man-to-man defense now. Back to Kephart. Oh, going to shoot the 3. No good. Runkle with the follow inside. Puts it up and in. Runkle with the offensive board and 2. Do not fall in love with the 3-point shot.
Although you shot 4 for 5 in that first period, 80%, you're going to cool off from there.
You definitely will. Don't go to that now. You're lucky to be 4 for 5, or good to be 4 for 5. J.D. Marr down the line, going to jump it up from 15. No good. Jeremiah Runkle down with the rebound, outlet Vogel. Vogel near side, going to run the ball down the middle of the floor. He'll stop, free throw extended left side. Waits, now he's going to try to go on top. He does to Kephart. Kephart, Gardner wide open on the wing. Are they going to find him? Kephart going to go left to right. He's going to shoot from 15. Missed it. Rebound comes down to Pratt. They're going to run the other way. Pratt right down the middle of the floor. Tipped away from behind by Vogel. Stepped out of bounds.
And, boy, Vogel didn't know that Gardner was standing there waiting to help out.
And Gardner knocked it away and then carried it right out of bounds with him. 27-13 Cheesemakers. Pratt inside. Swinging around, 3-pointer Brazil. It's long, no good. Tip kept alive, but Runkle comes down with it. Going to go the other way. Cheesemakers with the ball. Right to left, and they're all black uniforms with the white numbers. Left side to Vogel. Vogel and Kephart playing catch. Lob pass inside. Hartford with a catch. The dish. The drop for 2. Cheesemakers lead 29-13.
Hartford 6 points in the ball game. He's 3 for 3 from the field.
With the ball, J.D. Marr, right wing to Lambert in the corner. Lambert, Runkle on him, dropped it. Oh, could have been double dribbling. Steps through, checked by Hartford. Hartford, whistle, foul going to be on Brazil.
And Brazil picks up his first personal foul, and right now Central has to be wondering, who are these guys from Tillamook, because they were blasted in the first meeting, and so far in this game, it is all Tillamook. And Jerry, Runkle right in front of us is working so hard on the boards. He must have 6 rebounds already.
29-13. Cheesemakers by 16. Right wing, Gardner. Back to Kephart, directing some traffic. 1-3-1 defense put up now. Gardner looks to go inside, going to drive and stop. Goes right side to Vogel. Vogel pass inside low to Runkle. Runkle gets it deep, lays it up and in.
Runkle having the game of his life right now. 10 points in the ball game for Runkle.
Central wants timeout. 31-13. Tillamook will be back in 1 minute. See, you're listening to FM 94.1 KTIL in Tillamook. That's the Tillamook station. I don't care if you're for Central or anybody else. We're going to be homers.
We're being paid by a very good Tillamook High School basketball fan.
That's exactly right. And they're scoring a lot more points than Dan needs them to score right now. $31 more.
You're going to need it later, though.
He would pay $100 for tonight to put that many on the board. Left side, Central with the ball into the corner. Pratt, he'll jump over Hartford and hits. Hartford lucky not to get the foul there as he slapped him on the hand. 4:45 left to play in the first half. 31-15. With the ball, Gardner, right wing, looks, needs a high post, goes lob pass inside, goes off the backboard, tipped away, stayed back in, stepped out of bounds. Cheesemakers get it back.
And very fortunate to get that back. Tough shot put up, and the Tillamook Cheesemakers have one more opportunity this end of on the offense.
Gardner lobbed that one from outside the 3 line, but it hit the backboard, so Jason couldn't come up with it. Lucky it bounced out of bounds. Gardner with the ball back out, although I like the idea. Kephart hands to Runkle, stepping outside the 3-point line. He says, come and get it. Hands to Kephart, going right side. Pass inside to Runkle. Got it. Step drop. In it goes for 2.
And he has a bounce in his step that we haven't seen for a long, long time.
Boy, Jeremiah is after it tonight. With the ball on top, left side, 33-15 Cheesemakers, halfway through the second period. With the ball on the right side. This is a Central team that is absolutely run past teams here. Missed shot inside, Runkle down with the ball. Foul over the back is going to be on Justin Reynolds.
Reynolds picks up his first personal foul of the ball game.
I can't tell you how bad Central has just run around people this entire tournament. The Cheesemakers handed it to them on a silver platter right now. 35-15, Tillamook up by 18. With the ball, Kephart on top, goes right side to Gardner. Gardner back to Kephart, back to Gardner. High post this time, Hartford back to Gardner. Lane catch, nice ball movement. Gardner going to run around the screen left side to Kephart, kicking out on top. Going for the steal, down the floor, left side Runkle. Runkle, Kephart needs some help, goes cross court to Vogel. Vogel, half a minute off the clock, this possession. Kephart going to go drive right to Vogel, back to Kephart. Looks, steps inside, going to force his way through to Hartford. Free throw line jumper. Good!
Oh, very patient offense, and we were asked earlier, where does that come from? In the state tournament, very patient, and Hartford takes a good shot from the free throw line.
35-15 Cheesemakers in the state championship game. Sideline left with the ball, Lambert. Lambert back out on top to Marr. Marr right side to Brazil. Don't give him any room. With the ball left side to Marr. Marr. Pass inside to Jordan. Jordan Pratt steps through down the lane, lays it up, doesn't get it to go. He's fouled by Hartford.
That's going to be Hartford's second personal foul. And Hartford once again stood his ground there, did not do anything. He may have turned his hip just a little bit to pick up the foul.
Do not pick up a third one here and 2:50 left in the first half.
And it may even be a good idea with the lead that you have to take a little break.
I wouldn't quite yet. You don't want to give up any momentum right now. Free throw on the way is good by Jordan Pratt.
Jordan Pratt, 7 points in the ball game.
Into the game comes Bake as Nathan Bake checks in. Pratt steps to the line. Cheesemaker fans making noise behind him. Free throw is no good. Runkle down with a board. Outlet to Kephart with 2:48 left to play in the half. 35-16, 19-point lead for the Cheesemakers. Kephart down the lane, left side to Vogel. Vogel looks into the corner to Kephart. Gives him the ball. Brazil on him. Back to Vogel on top. Lob into the corner to Kephart, or to Runkle. Jeremiah with the ball. Cross court to Kephart. Looking pass inside. Goes high post to Bank. Kicks back out to Vogel. 2:24 left to play in the first half. On top, Bank. Eyes won't lob it inside to Hartford. Baseline pass. Kephart fade from 6, missed it badly. Rebound stolen away by Bank. Hands to Hartford, lays it up, doesn't get it to go, but he's fouled. Nathan Bank just ripped the ball away and bounced pass to Hartford at the rim. Nathan Radcliffe stands up and looks at Kephart and says, be smart. We don't have to make that shot.
You're very patient. You come down, you run a full minute off the clock, and then take a fadeaway shot from about 15. Patience right now is definitely to your advantage.
Free throw, no good.
You know, Hartford has been a great free throw shooter the entire season. He has struggled here in the state tournament.
Hartford misses the first free throw. He can get Tillamook the 20-point lead again, and he does. 36-16. Cheesemakers up by 20. Can you believe it? I cannot with 2:05 left to play, but I've watched Central play all week. They're a good basketball team. Tillamook's making them look like they don't belong.
The entire season we asked, just how good is Tillamook?
Tonight, they're as good as anybody around. Alley-oop, backdoor, thrown over the top and out of bounds.
And that's the second time they've tried that. The first time they were successful. Pratt runs the side baseline, left side, and comes in. That time the lob was a little too high. He was there for the put-in.
In backcourt, Kephart will work against Brazil. I'm a little bit surprised Brazil hasn't tried to pressure Kephart anymore. Off to Vogel. Vogel going to get double-teamed. Check, picked off. Turnover. Pratt going to run down the floor against Kephart, or against Runkle. He missed the shot. J.D. Moore, check by Vogel and out of bounds. Aaron Vogel with the rejection after the great defensive play by Jeremiah Runkle.
Did you see Jeremiah Runkle and how he made Pratt change that shot up? That's what happens when you get a couple of blocks. This is a good move. I like this with 1:30 to play.
Out of the game goes Jason Hartford with 1:30 left to play in the first half, up by 20, and Jason has 2 fouls. Jeremiah moves to the middle. Sam Gardner comes in. Baseline pass. Pratt moves around, shoots from 6. He missed it. Got his own rebound. Rejected! Oh, foul's going to be on Runkle.
And that's got to be Runkle's first personal foul. Runkle went high in the air.
Nathan Bank is one kid that the Cheesemakers have that can flat out get off the floor high enough to reject the ball of Jordan Pratt, and he did there, but they said that Jeremiah Runkle got a little bit of body. And with 1:25 left in the half, Tillamook by 20. Pratt's free throw is good. Cuts the lead to 19, 36-17.
So nice to have the 20-point lead that you can set Hartford down and not take a chance on that. Let's not have Central put any kind of run together to end the half.
Second free throw is no good. Long rebound. It goes to Lambert. Oh, whistle foul is going to be on Sam Gardner, who's standing there holding the ball.
And Gardner picks up his second personal foul.
Not a huge problem there. It's not a shooter, and Central had the rebound before that anyway. They'll bring the ball in underneath their own basket. Hands to Pratt in the corner. He gives it up. Three-pointer out of the corner. It's no good. Rebound over the top. It's loose. Vogel fights his way out. Ahead to Gardner. Lays it up. He missed it. Runkle follows for 2. Jeremiah Runkle on the offensive boards again. He's got 14 in the game.
And he is on a roll. He's 4 for 4 here in the second quarter.
Brazil, long 3, going to be way short. Rebound comes down to Runkle. Runkle in backcourt, pull to Kephart. Should pull for the final shot of the half if they can. He calls for the circle offense. Kephart, left side to Vogel. Vogel, back to Kephart. Kephart steps in. Oh, he could have gone all the way to the hole, didn't take it. Vogel, back to Runkle out on top. 39 seconds left. Runkle, right wing to Gardner. Sam Gardner, great first half. Missed the lay-in. Pass to Runkle. He missed the lay-in last time down. Cheesemaker's getting pushed out a little bit. Left side, Runkle, pump fake. Got somebody off his feet. Runkle hands back out to Vogel with 20 seconds left. Aaron Vogel right in front of us, going to drive inside. Step. Oh, hacked there by Brazil.
And Brazil didn't mean to do that. I don't think that's 2 personal fouls on Brazil. Even if you don't get a shot off here, it's more important to just control the basketball. Don't turn it over.
Tillamook has their largest lead of the game at 21, 38-17. Sam Gardner will check out. Gary Blazer checks back in. Remember, Jason Hartford getting some time on the bench right now with those 2 fouls. That is the 16th foul. Make that the 5th on Central. And Brazil will sit down as well. As into the cave comes Brian Shalek. Shalek didn't even play in the first game between these two teams. Kephart left side with 10 seconds left. He's going to go down the lane. Hands off to Blazer in the corner. Back out waits. Oh, it's going to be Runkle on the moving screen.
And Runkle is going to pick up 2. And just when you think things are really going your way, you didn't need to force the issue, and then Central gets to shoot free throws at the other end.
Jerry was simply trying to roll to the basket. And the official that has a kink in his neck, the same guy we had on the second game of the tournament, I believe, goes over and has a talk to Jeremiah Runkle. And now 3 Panthers come into the ball game, some dry jerseys, as Jordan Pratt is the only one that stays in. With 2.8 seconds left, to the line will go Shallak. 38-17 Cheesemakers. 1-1 on the free throw. Shallak takes a long time, waits, puts the ball in the air, and in. Central, very good free throw shooters. As Chad Kephart steps into the lane, they wait. And now they'll say 1 shot. The official still talking to Jerry.
And Jerry just disagreeing with the call on the other end, but politely doing it.
Oh, absolutely. He is truly a polite kid in all senses. Second free throw's good as well. Cheesemakers gave away 2 points there. Down the floor they come near side. As we have a low battery and apparently something going wrong. That's all right. That's the end of the half. 38-19. Cheesemakers lead by 19 at the end of the first half. We'll be back in 1 minute. Defensively as well. We'll see what kind of adjustments the Panthers have made. With the ball, J.D. Marr on top to Brazil, swinging around to the corner to Pratt. Pratt working against the Cheesemakers. Gardner. They swing it left to right around the top of the key. Back to Brazil. Long 3, but it's checked by Kephart. Goes to the floor. Loose. Jump ball. Alternating possession will go to Tillamook.
Chad Kephart came out and saw the 3 coming. Brazil, normally very quick release, didn't have a chance and swatted it away. That was Kephart.
Head coach Jason Clark just came out to Brazil and said, give him the head fake and dribble by him. That'll work next time. Chad Kephart around the top of the key. Left side, waits, goes down low to Jeremiah Runkle. Step fake inside. Oh! Can he give him the 2?
No,
he took him all the way to the ground.
He just flat jumped on his back and rode him all the way to the ground, and it should be an intentional foul.
And they're going to say no, and part of that was Jeremiah gave him the head fake, just like Coach Clark was talking about.
Well, and he listened.
Jeremiah gave him the head fake. Pratt was coming in, and his momentum carried him down over the top. And into Jeremiah, took him all the way down to the floor. Free throw, badly short. Barely got front rim. Jeremiah, eyes for the second free throw. As it's on the way, it is no good as well. He missed them both. Rebound comes out to Lambert on the far side. You don't want to let Central start moving the ball and scoring on you. With the ball on top, Brazil. Into the corner, right side to Marr. Marr looks in, now steps back to Brazil again. On top to Lambert. Lambert back to, gives it up, gets it back. Long 3 by Lambert is good. Here we go. Hang on.
It's a little run, but you got to cut it off. That's what state championships are all about.
38-22. Cheesemakers by 16. Kephart left side to Gardner. Gardner going to run into the corner, look for Bogle on the baseline. Bogle stepped out of bounds.
Turnover number 2 for the Tillamook Cheesemakers.
So the Cheesemakers turn the ball over for only the second time. Alex down talking to the official there. Not going to get any help. 38-22, Cheesemakers.
It's because they can't hear him. He can't talk.
He can try to yell in a hoarse voice. Marr on the right wing. Going to drive to the baseline. Trying to post up inside is Reynolds. They're going to reverse around on top to Lambert again. He can shoot the 3. We just saw it last trip down. With the ball, Lambert, a long 3, hits again.
It doesn't take much, and you're going to have to go out.
That was 2 steps outside the 3-point line. It's a 13-point game, 38-25. Kephart with the ball, hands to Bogle. You want to get Hartford to touch this time? Pratt steals it, goes into the stands on the far side. Took the ball out of bounds. It'll be Cheesemakers' ball.
And did he ever have control of that?
No, I don't believe so. Now you hear the Central fans starting to make noise on their end of the gym.
Tillamook needs to respond right now with a score, and the best way to do that is get a high percentage shot inside Runkle or Hartford, either one.
Kephart comes in to Gardner by midcourt, left to Vogel. Central has stepped it up. Vogel right wing. Oh, ticky-tack foul.
And J.D. Marr picks up a foul, and you're right, that is ticky-tack.
That was the makeup for not making the call up here against Jordan Pratt. With the ball. Into forecourt is Kephart. Kephart working against Brazil, against the man-to-man. Right wing. Goes high post to Hartford. No, that's Runkle. Runkle steps through. He's going to go down the lane, takes to the hole, and scores! Jeremiah Runkle has answered the call again.
And they do not have an answer for Jerry. He is just too quick, too big, and too fast.
And we told you in pregame the matchup with him was really what they had to be concerned with, and it has been true so far. Step through inside, whistle.
Very late call that time.
Wow.
And it's stiff-necked. It is really making some poor calls here so far.
That is so true. That was a very late call. With the ball on top, Brazil. 40-25, Cheesemakers by 15. With the ball on top, Brazil. Waits, getting the screen, comes left side to Lambert. He's hit 2 threes already in this half. In the corner. Marr going to drive inside, throws up a tough shot, no good. Runkle with another rebound, his 11th on the backside board. Outlet to Kephart, sideline left with the ball. Kephart, high post to Runkle at the free throw line. Step through, stop, hands right to Vogel. Inside, lays it up, came up short. Rebound fought for. Central comes down with the ball. Outlet Brazil, they'll run with 5 minutes left in the third. 40-25 Cheesemakers. Into the corner, Lambert gives it up. They swing around, Lambert moves back to the top of the key. Lambert left side to Pratt. Pratt, long pass Lambert for 3 again. It is no good this time. Vogel down with a rebound. Vogel outlet left side, going to push it down the floor. Hartford on the run, going to chase it down. He'll pull it back out. Left side to Gardner. Gardner has it tipped away. Loose on the floor, still loose. Punt for Runkle. Jump ball. Going to go to Central.
Turns the ball over for the 3rd time.
Everybody clapping over that one because there are bodies all over the floor diving and grabbing for that ball.
And Hartford did a great job that time of running down the long down court pass. He was wide open, and the pass was just a little bit right of where it needed to be.
With the ball, Brazil. He goes sideline right to Marr. Back to Brazil to Lambert on top. Vogel extends on him now to Pratt. Free throw extended left side. They reverse Brazil on the right wing. Long alley-oop back door. Oh, that should have been a foul on Marr. No call.
Marr come across with a 2-hand shove
in the back to create that alley-oop to the back door. There's a whistle and a foul, and it's going to send to the line Jordan Pratt.
And that's Sam Gardner's 3rd personal foul, and Pratt was running the alley-oop from the left baseline again, and now we know how they create the space. We couldn't see that on the other side.
That's exactly right, and the official doesn't see it because it's away from the ball. Pratt misses the free throw.
And that's because Marr comes in with a 2-hand shove to clear Pratt's space on the backside.
When you see that on the video, rewind it and look at it again. Should have been an offensive foul. Second free throw on the way. Pratt is no good. He missed them both. Tipped out. Going to be off Runkle out of bounds.
Runkle working hard. That should have been an easy rebound for Central because it came off so hard. But Runkle goes out and at least tips it away so they don't have anything going.
Central controls in the corner. Comes out to Marr. Marr going to shoot the 3. It's going to be short. Rebound. Hartford fights it away, I believe. Loose. Out to Runkle. Runkle, sideline left. Hold it up. Take your time. They hand back to Vogel. Vogel.
Go ahead.
Right side to Kephart. Kephart, sideline right behind his back. Going to go down the lane. Stop. Shoots from 6. Scores! Chad Kephart. Straight down the lane. Tillamook back up by 17. 42-25. Cheesemakers. Brazil with the ball on top. Remember, Central was in the state championship game a year ago. Lambert throws it up from 18 and banks it in. Oh, no, they say it's a 3?
Yes.
A 3.
9 points in the game for Lambert. He's 3 for 4 from outside the three-point line in this quarter.
Jerry Runkle, high post, clear out on top of the key. Going to try to go by Pratt. He cuts him off. Into the corner to Kephart. Kephart. Back to Runkle. Oh, he grabbed his shirt. No call to Vogel. Pump fake. Going to drive baseline. Whistle.
And boy, right now Central is just flat feet. They're reaching out, grabbing jerseys. They're pushing. They're doing everything they can, and the officials are not calling a thing.
Gary Blazer's going to check in for Sam Gardner, who has 3 fouls. J.D. Marr is going to pick up his 2nd personal foul. 3rd team foul.
Tillamook needs to stay in control right now. They fought off the little push that Central's put on, and they need to get a good look this time down.
Central's cut it down to 14. Out on top, Runkle with a catch at the top of the key. Goes right wing to Vogel. Vogel, lob pass into Hartford. Hartford brings it down, lays it up and in. Nice entry by Vogel to Hartford.
Hartford 11 points in the ball game. He's 5 for 5 from the field.
Tillamook can still get the ball inside because they're playing straight man-to-man defense now. With the ball left side, Pratt goes long cross court to Brazil. Brazil for three, good.
They've decided that they're going to try it on the three. 6 points in the ball game for Brazil.
And they are. 44-31. It's only a 13-point lead. The Cheesemakers ask for the timeout. 2:50 left to play in the third. We'll be back in 1 minute. Come out, and they get ready to bring the ball in to start the final 2 minutes and 50 seconds of the third period. As the official going to call time and go over. As I'm not sure what they're talking about.
Well, the Central coach comes over and asks, what in the world is Nathan Radcliffe doing over at the official score table?
Well, there's a question about how many timeouts were left up there. Tillamook has 4 left. That was their first one. Vogel going to go all the way down the lane, lays it up with a right-handed in!
Oh, he went just all the way. Nobody stopped him. 5 points, Aaron Vogel.
They're in a straight man. The Cheesemakers can't take advantage of it. Hartford should be the one they can take advantage of it with now. Left side, Pratt. Pratt on top. Lambert for three. It's no good. Finally, rebound tipped out of bounds. Going to be Cheesemaker ball.
And Aaron Vogel put his arms out like he was going to stop the air that was going by.
Central now going to press. Full court. In back court. Runkle waits. Brings it in. Finally to Blazer. Blazer hands back to Jerry. It's going to be a zone press. Down the floor comes Vogel. Now push the ball. Vogel, sideline right, going to pull it back out. Pratt on him. Steps through, goes into the corner to Kephart. Kephart, back out to Vogel. High post, clear out on top of the key to Hartford. Vogel, going to work against the man-to-man. Right side to Blazer. Don't look to shoot from there. Blazer, around the top of the key, back to Vogel. Baseline, Hartford, inside, lays it up. Doesn't get it to go. Fights for the rebound. Runkle, the follow for two. Jeremiah Runkle on the follow gets 2.
18 points in the ball game for Jeremiah Runkle, and he's got 2 for 2 here in the third period.
17-point lead, Cheesemakers. Pratt for 3. It's long, no good. Hartford down with a rebound. Outlet to Vogel. Vogel going to push it down the floor, left side to Runkle. Runkle on the drive.
Oh, no,
that's a... Should have been 2. They're not going to call the intentional. Boy, they hung on far too long as Runkle again, sideline left, bringing it up hard. He was fouled hard, and the Cheesemakers wanted the intentional foul.
I believe that was on Brazil.
And Alex says that was pretty hard.
Yeah, and the official shakes his head and says, yeah, it was.
It was, and I think if it happens again,
and
but
that's
I guess
2,
it
though.
takes 3 times to get the intentional. Jerry Runkle goes to the line to shoot 2. Free throw is good.
Central is not used to being handled like this, and things do not go their way. They're taking the frustration out on fouls. They've decided that if they're going to get somebody in tight, they're not going to give them an easy look.
Second free throw is good. Jerry gets them both and quiets the chant of air ball from the other end of the gym. 50-31, builds it back to a 19-point lead. Nice answer that time for the Cheesemakers. Tipped away underneath, picked up, Blazer, whistle, foul, gonna be Pratt.
And that's Pratt's second personal foul.
Gary Blazer stepped up, spun around, picked up the ball, and Pratt ran him down from behind. 50-31, Cheesemakers by 19, a minute 20 left to play in the third. Hartford in backcourt, back to Runkle. Runkle, he'll break the press himself, the 6'5 junior. Off to Hartford across the timeline, back to Vogel on top. 1:10 left to play in the third. With the ball, Vogel, going to work right to left around the top of the key to Blazer. Blazer, going to drive baseline, throws it up, offensive foul. Oh, Blazer's going to come out of the ball game in a hurry. That's not what he wanted to do.
Patience right now, and good shot selection is what the Cheesemakers need. And he pushed the ball a little too hard that time.
Yep, took it inside, tried to make too much happen, and Central wants timeout as well. 1:02 left to play in the third. 50-31 Cheesemakers. We'll be back in 1 minute. Steele along with Dave Trabandi, your broadcast crew for State 3A State Championship basketball action. Cheesemakers lead with 1:02 left to play in the third, 50-31. Brazil with the ball into the corner right. Tamar. Back to Brazil on top. Tamar steps in. Kephart on. Pass inside. Picked off by Runkle. Runkle with the ball. Hands back to Kephart. Cheesemakers have absolutely dominated this ball game.
They certainly have, and they have not gotten into the type of game that Central is trying to drag them into with the hard fouls.
Vogel with the ball left side. Long pass inside. Tipped away. Tried to go to Hartford. Lead pass Brazil on the break. Down the floor. Lays it up and in. First easy basket that Central has picked up. 50-33, should pull for the final shot. 33 seconds left to play in the third period. Vogel going to get back out against that man-to-man. Vogel steps in, sideline left, travels, no call to Kephart in the corner. Back to Vogel out on top. Vogel going to work around the top of the key. Right side, offensive foul. Going to be called on Vogel, a pushing foul afterwards. 10 seconds left.
Second personal foul for Vogel, and this is just about what happened at the end of the second quarter. You can't get any momentum going for Central at all.
Jordan Pratt took that charge. 10 seconds left to play in the third. Going to be Brazil at midcourt. Brazil right side Tamar. Back to Brazil on top. Tamar in the corner with 5 seconds. Eyes for a long three. Stops into the corner. Long three on the way. Mar hits the side of the glass, and that's the end of the third. 50-33. Tillamook is 1 quarter away if they play well from a state championship. We'll be back in 1 minute as we start the final period of play. Runkle brings it in to Gardner. Gardner, double teamed, hands back to Runkle. Clear out by midcourt. Going to try to drive on Pratt. Now stops and hands back to Vogel. Vogel looks. He's going to drive past Marr down the left sideline into Runkle. Baseline, lays it up and in. Jeremiah Runkle, 22 points in the ball game.
He has truly turned it on this entire ball game. I would normally say the second half, but it has been the whole game.
What a fantastic game from Jeremiah Runkle. Tillamook leads by 19 again. Long range, Lambert, no good. Missed badly to the left. Down with the ball is Gardner. Gardner, and they always look for Jeremiah Runkle. The 6'5 junior in backcourt, he brings it down the floor.
He gives a calmness. As soon as he touches the ball, everybody calms down.
Chad Kephart, right to left around the top of the key in the corner to Vogel. Long pass down low to Runkle. Runkle looks, spins, stops, going to work against Pratt, backs it out.
Wise move by Jeremiah Runkle.
High post to Hartford. Jason Hartford hasn't pressed the issue either. Down the lane. Throws up a wild shot. No good. Pratt down with a rebound. Out. Brazil traveled with the ball.
Oh, it had to be a travel or a foul either way.
Oh, it probably should have been an offensive foul or a blocking foul. They didn't call either. And Brazil fell right over the top of Jeremiah Runkle. And now the official going to talk to the head coach over there because he got an earful there. And Runkle going to pick it up and bring it into backcourt to Kephart. 6:53. Can the Cheesemakers hang on? 52-33. Kephart sideline right to Gardner. Sam with the ball back to Kephart. Kephart going to drive down the left side. He'll stop and back it on out. There he is, Jeremiah Runkle on the left wing to calm him down. Jeremiah going to the baseline. Oh, travel, no call. Back out to Kephart. Right in front of Alex Iwani on the far side. Alex, Kephart loses it. Chase it down. He's in the corner. Goes to high post to Runkle. Turns around. Pump fake. Gardner on the run from 6. He missed it. Rebound. Fought for loose. Comes out Brazil. 2-on-1 break going the other way. Brazil right side down the lane. Throws it away.
7 turnovers for Central. Tillamook with just 4, and he just flat. Marr just threw it out of bounds.
6:15 left to play. We're going to be watching the clock from here on out. Central asked for timeout. 6:15 left. 52-33 Cheesemaker. Cheesemaker fans are on their feet. We're going to keep this one right here. It's a 30-second timeout. You don't want to miss a second of the State 3A Basketball Championship when your team is up. Visit www.osaastore.com for all your official OSAA State Championship merchandise needs. Order shirts, sweatshirts, hats, Letterman patches, and more. Have them delivered right to your door. Log on to www.osaastore.com today.
Tillamook fought off a run that Central put together in that third period. Central from the field, or from outside the three-point line in that second quarter, was 5 of 10 for the quarter, 6 of 12 from the field, 50% shooting. But Tillamook answers that 5 of 7 from the field, 71.4% for that third period, and that will that will trump three-point shooting anytime.
Boy, the Cheesemakers have played an incredible ball game so far. They'll have the ball clear back underneath the central basket against heavy full-court pressure. Jeremiah Runkle looks to bring it in. Goes into Hartford in the corner. Hartford goes down the floor left side to Vogel. Will they break? They get it across the timeline and stop there. They go to Kephart. Kephart goes baseline to Runkle. Backdoor to Hartford. Hartford pump fakes. Puts it up and in.
Hartford 13 points in the ball game.
Jeremiah Runkle and Jason Hartford. A duo like we haven't seen in Tillamook maybe ever. With the ball right side, Brazil, high post to Pratt. Pratt going to step through on the baseline. Fade from 8. Oh, he gets bailed out on the call. Doesn't get it to go.
And who are they going to call that on?
They're going to call it on
Sam Gardner.
That'll be 4 on Sam Gardner.
And Sam was absolutely nowhere near Pratt when he went up. He did a fadeaway jumper.
Jordan Pratt's line is the difference in the ball game.
8 points in the ball game for Pratt. He is 2 for 5 from the free throw line.
Free throw, 2 for 6. Jordan Pratt, an all-state basketball player, but he's even better than that in baseball. He's already signed to go to Washington State University. They think he may be drafted out of high school, the 4th-ranked baseball player in the entire Northwest. But tonight, fortunately for Tillamook, they're playing basketball. Sideline right. Oh, going to be out of bounds. Cheesemakers. Kephart stepped out of bounds. You could hear the official coming by say he stepped on the line right there, and Central's going to get the ball back on the near side. And 54-24, Cheesemakers with a 20-point lead.
And with 5:44 to play, you're going to watch that clock closely. You do not want Central to put much of a run together right now.
Sam Gardner checks out, Blazer back in. Lambert for 3, going to miss. Rebound long side goes to Runkle. Runkle with the board, needs some help, goes to Vogel. How important has Aaron Vogel been in handling the ball as well? Sideline left, whistle and a foul is going to be on Justin Reynolds.
That'll be his 3rd personal foul.
And the 16th foul will be shooting one-on-one from here on out, the final 5.5 minutes of this game. Randy Shield and Dave Scherbandi over FM 94.1 KTIL in Tillamook and www.OregonLive.com.
From the field, Jordan Pratt just 3 of 11.
Vogel has it tipped away, gets it back again into the corner. Brazil stepped up the pressure. He knocks it out of bounds.
Twice up in the air the first time. The second time gets it out of bounds. Good, crisp passes right now the Tillamook Cheesemakers need to make.
Tillamook has just flat out taken all the energy out of Central that we have seen so much in this tournament. Ball tipped away out of bounds off Runkle's hands. It'll be Central ball. Cheesemaker fans didn't like that.
And neither does Alex Iwan, who's standing right on top of that call.
Brazil going to go right to left across your radio dial, and they're all white uniforms, carbon copy uniforms, just different color. Pratt baseline jumper, no good. Runkle down with another rebound. Outlet to Hartford. Hartford in backcourt, goes to Jerry Runkle.
You can start to feel what we're looking at right now.
5 minutes left to play. 20-point lead, Cheesemakers. Gary Blazer, left side, back to Kephart on top. Kephart, you can't take the air out of the basketball, but you certainly can be smart. Lob pass inside. Hartford lays it up and in. That is smart basketball.
That certainly is 15 points in the ballgame for Jason Hartford. We're not going to start counting yet, but it is getting close. 8 points.
The largest lead of the ball game. It's 22. On top, 15-footer on the way, no good by Jordan Pratt. Pratt with a rebound out to Kephart. Tillamook will control. 4:28 left to play in the game. Cheesemaker fans cheering their team to what could be their 2nd state championship ever in boys basketball. Kephart left to right around the top of the key. Long pass inside to Hartford. Drop step from 6. He missed a rebound tip by Runkle. Whistle and a foul over the back is going to be Hartford.
Oh, the official came in and said we're going to keep it right here.
No.
And that's going to be Hartford's 3rd personal foul.
It will be Hartford's 3rd. Hartford's shooting tonight is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 9.
Another great shooting night for Hartford.
Remember, at 78%, he had the shooting percentage tournament record coming into this game. With the ball on top, Marr. Swinging, goes right side into the corner to Lambert, back to Brazil, to Marr. Barr on top. Let him run some time off the clock.
If you want to look at patient offense right now.
Left side, Lambert for three. Check by Gary Blazer. Comes down to Pratt. Check by Hartford. He's hacked. Comes back to Pratt, who lays it up and in. With the ball back toward Runkle. 3:30 left to play in the game. Push the ball down the floor if you want. Kephart picked clean by Pratt. Pratt. Down the floor he goes. Sideline right, Brazil. Step back three. In and out, no good. Blazer down with a rebound. Step through, whistle, foul.
It'll be on 11. Marr picks up his third personal foul.
Central is just crashing whenever there's a rebound and putting a trap on with anybody they have around. If you kick the ball out, you're one pass away from a lay-in on the other end.
And the last time down, Hartford found himself standing in the paint all by himself until Tillamook chose not to push that far down.
Kephart held it out, and then Jordan Pratt slid in the back door. Central in jeopardy of losing their second state championship in as many years. See some fans beginning to leave. Free throw on away. Good by Gary Blazer.
Blazer gets his fourth point of the night, first free throw.
21-point lead, 56-57 to 36. Cheesemakers, Gary Blazer, second free throw. Good. 58-36, equals the largest lead at 22 again. Kephart, far side, right over the scorer's table.
And there went the laptop computer.
As he goes out of bounds, we may not have game stats after that's all said and done. Back in with the inbounds play comes Brazil, left side, Marr into the corner to Pratt. Pratt's going to go baseline, steps in, jump hook on the way and in. He is such a great athlete, and he gets two more, has 12 in the game. Kephart, sideline right, reverses his dribble, waits, goes down the floor, goes to Hartford. Hartford step through, lays it up and in. Hartford, great catch on the baseline.
17 in the ball game.
With the ball, down the floor, Brazil. 60-38 Cheesemakers. You can feel it now. It's time. Left side, Pratt for three. Short, no good. Rebound inside. Jordan, rebound shot missed. Comes down to Hartford. Hartford outlet to Vogel. They'll push. Vogel, 2-on-1 break. Loses it. Should have been double dribble, no call. Hands back to Hartford. Hartford pulls it out to Kephart. There's 2:24 left to play in the game. And the Cheesemakers are going to run some time off the clock. A state championship is going to come home with the Tillamook Cheesemakers. Vogel will shoot from 18 and ahead.
And why not? Vogel 3 for 4 from the field, 7 points in the ball game.
24-point lead, Cheesemakers, 62-38. Tillamook fans are on their feet here at Ralph Miller Court. Brazil, a long three. It's no good. Runkle with a rebound. Outlet. Kephart. Foul by Jordan Pratt.
And Jordan Pratt cannot believe this. He puts his head between his hands, bows his head to the ground. It's all over for Central, and they're throwing in the towel with 1:45 to play.
The Cheesemakers watch Central bring their 5 players to the scorer's table. These Central Panthers are going to take a seat, and you hear the great round of applause by a team that went to the state finals 2 years in a row, but came away empty-handed from there. And
Iwani is over there doing a classy thing. He's figuring out how to get everybody out one at a time. He said, you go in first, second, third, fourth.
Kephart free throw, good.
Kephart, 6 points in the ball game. He's had another incredible ball game. The Tillamook Cheesemakers turned the ball over just 7 times so far in this ball game.
63-38, 64-38, 16-point lead, and here comes 4 new players for the Cheesemakers. With the ball on top, Central, they'll work it around the perimeter, swinging around near side. Van Patten just into the ball game, as are all the Panthers. Cheesemaker fans are on their feet with the ball. Who would have ever thought halfway through this season that the Tillamook Cheesemakers would end up 3A state champions? Three-pointer on the left wing is no good. Gary Blazer down with a rebound, and Tillamook calls timeout. And the Tillamook Cheesemakers, standing ovation by us as well, are going to win a state championship as 5 players out 5 players back in. The Tillamook Cheesemakers are going to reign as 2003 state basketball champions of 64-38, and truly a blowout like we cannot believe here in a state championship game.
And when you look at what the Tillamook Cheesemakers did to Central earlier in the season, they did it twice, and Central is a tough team.
Central had won 12 out of their last 13 games coming in, and the Cheesemakers have absolutely destroyed them here tonight in the championship game.
And we asked the question many times, just how good are they? Well, you know what? They're good enough to be state champs.
They're as good as any team Tillamook's ever had, at least in the record book. Left side, Dustin McDonald, back to Ryan Ryder. Ryan Ryder going to work around the top of the key, gets a screen from Nathan Bay. Ryan Ryder, crossover dribble down the lane. Left side, McDonald, 18-footer on the way, it's good! Dustin McDonald scores in the state championship game, 66-38. Left wing, Central down the floor with the ball. Hands left side, in the corner, pump fake for 3. Back out on top. 35 seconds left to play. Left wing, 4-3. Going to be short. Rebound tipped up, loose, comes down to Central. Out on top, three-pointer checked by Ryan Ryder. Tipped out, Central controls. With the ball in the corner on the left side. Alley-oop backside picked up by Sean Steele on the steal. With the ball, Tillamook asks for timeout. They want to get Jeff Simpson in the game.
Oh, this is so cool. Listen to these fans from the Tillamook town of Tillamook. They are cheering on, and Central right now looking around. They cannot believe it. They are shell-shocked.
Tillamook brought a huge crowd down to enjoy a state championship game, and they have enjoyed it like only one other in the history. The Tillamook Cheesemakers twice now have gone to the final dance, the big show, and both times they walk away with a state championship trophy and a state championship plaque to hang on the wall of their gym. The Tillamook Cheesemakers 66 and Central 38 with only 18 seconds remaining in the game. Jeff Simpson checks in. Nathan Begg brings it in on the far side. Guzman going to bring the ball down. Crossover dribble, steps left side, cut off there, dribbles it off his knee, picks it up again. Great experience to play in the state championship game. Whistle and a foul is going to be on Brandon Williams, and Guzman will go to the line with 8 seconds remaining.
Guzman has a chance to get some points in the state championship game. And right now, I'm just cherishing every second of this.
Unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. This, although Tillamook is rated 4th in the state coming in, never expected it. Guzman's free throw is good. 67-38. Tillamook by 29. Remember, they beat Central by 43 earlier in the year. Second free throw is up and in. It is a 30-point lead. Down the floor, sideline left. Central, cross-court, right wing. Stops, hands inside, check, whistle foul with 1.6 remaining. That's 1.6 seconds remaining, and the Cheesemaker fans will celebrate completely as they will pick up the state championship.
Wow, there are some happy people in this Coliseum.
Travis Allen goes to the line. The 6'8" senior playing in the state championship game as well.
And the chant, "We're number one," Tillamook is spreading across the Coliseum right now, and it is so true. Tillamook is number one.
Free throws no good. Dustin McDonald back in with Sean Steele, Nathan Begg. Begg, the only senior on the floor for the Cheesemakers, and he's been an important part of this year as well. Second free throw by Allen. He can cut the lead. The final score from 30-29. That's the only difference in this one. He does off the backboard. And the final score on the inbound, and it is over. The Tillamook Cheesemakers win the 3A state championship, and there is a mob in the middle of the floor as the Cheesemakers jumping up and down with the number one held above their head here in the center of Ralph Miller Court. The Tillamook Cheesemakers at Gill Coliseum have picked up their second state championship ever. Can you believe basketball?
Oh, my goodness.
Unbelievable.
what a team that has put it together. Jeremiah Runkle went down with a twisted ankle early, and you felt like the season was over. He came back, Tillamook pulled it together and started playing some great basketball and really put everything together. Coming down the stretch, they played excellent the last 5-6 ball games of the season.
The Tillamook Cheesemakers score 68 points tonight, $1 per point donated from KTIL and KMBD. A total this year, and it's a final total now, 1,611 points scored by the Tillamook Cheesemakers. That's how much will be donated to Tillamook High School Athletics from KTIL, KMBD. Alex Iwani smiles on the far side. His first ever state basketball championship as the Tillamook Cheesemakers have won the state title. How many different ways can you say it? Bruce Rhodes comes by here. Bruce stands here. You know, Bruce's son played with this group coming through junior high, and truly, I don't believe anybody would have ever expected it. They knew they were a good team, a good group of seniors, but in this case, a state championship, I don't know, unbelievable. The Tillamook Cheesemakers pick up the victory here tonight over the Central Panthers. They've got the board out in the middle as we get ready for the ceremonies. We're not going to go away at all until all of this is over. We'll try to show you or tell you the atmosphere here. It is again a bowl of people around the Cheesemaker side. Security trying to keep the student section off. The cheerleaders jumping up and down, hugging and holding as coming out is as they talk on the far side with the PA about what a great example of basketball this has been. Les Schwab Tires is going to also be presenter of trophies. The first one is going to be the Sportsmanship Award. As we said before, Burns won the Girls Sportsmanship Award as the Cheesemakers have had a great tournament, and Ontario will win the Sportsmanship Award, and I agree with that as we talked earlier about the fact that their band and players did a great job. They finished third in the tournament as well, and so Ontario, although they were the group that I believe was just leaving, now here comes Forsyth, one of their starting guards, a senior guard, and he'll come out and accept the Sportsmanship Award. You give that to their cheerleaders and their band as well. The all-tournament team will now be selected, and we don't have anything in front of us showing what it is. Jeremiah Runkle selected as second-team all-tournament, as he should be just based on this game alone.
If you didn't play any game but this one, and if they vote after this game, he is first team.
Second team all-tournament, Jeremiah Runkle. You hear the chants of Jerry behind us. Jeremiah Runkle. Ben Boog is the sophomore from Siuslaw, the great guard. He's second team all-league, played against the Cheesemakers as well. This is the second team, all-tournament team. Ian Dayton, a pig kid from Staten, shot from the outside. Very good athlete as well. What great company Jeremiah Runkle is in out there. Ian Dayton steps out with Ben Boog.
Junior from Coquille High School, David
Timpey, who the Cheesemakers also knocked out of the tournament or out of the winner's side. The 6'8" post player. Cheesemakers Jason Hartford shut him down. Timpey, a second team all-tournament player as well.
And a senior from Newport High School,
Ko Yada. Yada is the other player on the second team all-tournament team here at the 3A 2003 state basketball tournament. Now the first team, Ryan Coldren, first team all-tournament, played a good ball game today in their fifth place triple overtime win. You got to know the player of the year is going to be Jason Hartford, at least the highest vote getter. Hessia, a guard from Mazama, is on the first team all-tournament team as well. So Hessia from Mazama. Mike Brazil on the first team. from Central. A little bit disappointed because I think the other one's probably going to be Jordan Pratt, and Central will put 2 on the first team, all-tournament team, but Brazil had a great, and it is the next one, Jordan Pratt, first team all-tournament. He certainly deserves it, without a doubt. The last one, if it's not Jason Hartford, everybody will walk out of here and get mugged. Jason Hartford, the highest vote getter in the tournament, and the all-tournament team, Jason Hartford, and the chance of Jason as he plays his final game for Tillamook as Jason Hartford, first team, all-tournament. Jason Hartford, first and second team. Yeah. Now the individual teams will line up on each free throw line as the second place trophy goes to Central High School Panthers, of course, and the championship medals to Tillamook. I cannot even explain to you what this place is like as everybody on their feet and standing cheering for the Tillamook Cheesemakers, the 3A state basketball champions.
And they aren't looking for things to cheer for anymore. They just explode every once in a while in cheer.
Individual medals, gold medals given with a red, white, and blue ribbon around them for the Tillamook Cheesemakers to wear proudly, to have and to cherish forever. They will never be taken away from them. The Tillamook High School Cheesemakers, the gold medal as the state champions here at the 2003 3A basketball tournament.
When we left the tournament last year, you really felt like this team was coming back and they were going to be a very good team. And we really expected and desired that they would have a shot at the title. But when you started the season, you thought, man, that's a long way to go. And really, they fought all the way through.
Tillamook had lost 4 games out of their first 9, make that 10. They were 6-4 at one point in the season. They will finish the season at 23-4 as they win 17 in a row. They chant Iwani as Alex Iwani, his first state championship. And now the second place trophy is going to be presented to Central. Michael O'Brien comes back and has a seat next to us, puts his head down in his arms. It just doesn't get any better than this.
It really doesn't. This is the reason why we broadcast these games, and this makes it all the better for us.
The emotions, the enjoyment that you can only understand if you are here. And the Tillamook High School cheerleaders will accept the tournament bracket from the middle as they will pick it up. And that will look so nice
next
on the
to
Tillamook
the 96 one.
On the Tillamook High School gymnasium wall. The tournament bracket held up by the Tillamook cheerleaders, and that is the prized possession as we explained earlier.
And when you look at the champion Tillamook Cheesemakers,
our 2003 tournament trophy of the bracket is shown out there and displayed. The Tillamook Cheesemakers have been presented with all the hardware they deserve. Here is the 3A state championships. Tillamook wins it 68-39 over the Central Panthers. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll have a whole lot more here before we're done. Tillamook wins the state title. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Emmett shakes my hand. OSA exec. It doesn't get any better than that, does it? That was very much fun. The Tillamook Cheesemakers win the state 3A basketball championship. The things you missed while you were away, the Tillamook students storm the court. They make a mob jumping up and down, and then they lift up 2 people, Jeremiah Runkle and Jason Hartford, onto their shoulders. High fives among them, and it again. And now Rudy, and you'll hear the chants of Rudy, Rudy, and that is Sam Gardner, who, without Sam Gardner, they may not be in this championship game.
You're exactly right. Sam Gardner came to play at the state tournament. He struggled a lot of the year, but boy, he turned it on here at the state tournament.
The Tillamook Cheesemakers win it 68-39. This is Sports Extra brought to you by the Les Schwab Tire Center, the place to go for your tire care as the Cheesemakers come over and I give my girl a hug as Cammie excited tonight. It wasn't all sadness here tonight. Aaron Vogel on his shoulders now with his trophy held high above his head. The Tillamook Cheesemaker fans enjoying this so thoroughly here as they should. 68-39 romp over the top of the Central Panthers. Sports Extra brought to you by the Les Schwab Tire Center, the place to go for your tire care. At Les Schwab Tires, pride and performance isn't just a slogan, it's a way of life. You come in, they come running. It's a commitment they're proud of. They're also
carrying him.
It's Phil Wilchestrand.
Only Phil.
Carrying Alex Iwani. And he's got help from the far side. The Cheesemakers win it 68-39. We'll be back after this word from the Les Schwab Tire Center. Net on the far end of the floor, the end that the Cheesemakers won it on. The Cheesemakers win it tonight by a final score of 68-39. I believe that's right. It was a long time ago now. As I turn back, we get the official stats.
68-39, that is correct.
It was 68-39, and we'll also get a copy that will include the attendance of 6,113 people here to enjoy the event tonight. The Tillamook Cheesemakers, their second state championship ever in boys basketball action. Dave, why don't you go ahead and tell us about the stats before we start giving the play-by-play at cutting the net down.
You know, I'm not going to go into much of the Central Panthers other than the Tillamook Cheesemakers flat dismantled Central tonight, holding them to just 13 of 51 shooting from the field, 25.2%. They were 10 of 16 from the free throw line, held to just 10 points in the first quarter, 9 in the second, 14 in the third, but then just 6 in the fourth and final period. The Tillamook Cheesemakers, on the other hand, get this, shooting percentage for the game, 67.5% shooting. They were 27 of 40 from the field. They were 67.6 shooting inside the three-point line, 23 of 34. They were 66.7 outside, 4 of 6, 27 of 40. They were 10 of 13 from the free throw line, 76.9 shooting from there. It just, that must be a record in itself.
And security comes running. I hope they're going to they went to get the scissors.
Well, security's running because they don't want them to chew the net off.
Gary Blazer steps up. He's going to cut the first strand on the net and enjoy. This time he's going to cut himself a little piece as well.
And I don't blame him.
Gary Blazer up to get the first of the net cutting ceremonies down. Dave, continue.
And then the individual stats, everybody got in the action. Even Guzman got in the fourth quarter. He was 2 for 2 from the free throw line with 2 points. Then Dustin McDonald came in. He hit a 2 late in the game. He was 1 for 1 with 2 points in the ball game. And you run down through all these names, and every one of them crucial to the victory. Gary Blazer, 5 points in the game. If you remember in the first quarter when things were looking like you didn't know which direction they were going, he came in and hit a big 3. He was 2 for 2 from the free throw line. In the fourth period, he had 5 points in the game. Chad Kephart, 7 points in the game. He was 2 of 7 in the field. He also hit a huge 3 in that first quarter to help Tillamook get out to the lead. He had 7 points in the game. Aaron Vogel, 7 points in the game. He was 3 for 4 from the field, 1 for 1 from the free throw line. 7 points for Aaron Vogel. Then Jason Hartford from the field, 8 of 10, 17 points in the ball game. He was 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And the player of the game, you wouldn't have got it done without him, Jeremiah Runkle. He was 10 for 12 from the field in the ball game, 2 for 4 from the free throw line, 22 points in the ball game. Rebounds for Jeremiah Runkle, 14 rebounds, 22 points, another double-double for Jeremiah Runkle. Jason Hartford also 6 rebounds, 17 points in the ball game.
And Jason Hartford's name will go into the record books as the all-time highest percentage shooting person in a state tournament at the 3A level. Jeremiah Runkle up to do a little cutting himself. We've seen Vogel. We've seen a number of different players up there. Sam Gardner crawled up just a moment ago, and it looks to me like they're letting everybody in on the action as a strand is cut off as we get ready And then Ryan Ryder crawls up that ladder and uses the scissors.
What an experience.
These kids hopefully will be back a year from now as each of the individuals look to get a little piece of the net themselves. You look at going up the, now is Dustin McDonald. McDonald going to cut himself a little bit of the net as well.
And you're going to take that and you're going to put it in your scrapbooks, and always you will remember this night in basketball in Tillamook. And now this is known as 2003 state championship year.
In 1996, we didn't think it could get any better. I don't know if this is better, but it's just as good.
Oh, it certainly is.
In 2003, we come to Corvallis expecting that we could have a good week, hoping that we make it to the final day, but never before did we ever dream it'd be a state championship, especially from the boys' standpoint. And I'll tell you, I'm the first one to say,
boy,
shows you what I know.
It certainly does. The boys got it done. They flat came and played the 4 best games of the season, the last 4.
Alex Iwanni's going to crawl up the ladder now, hands in the air, and there's the last clip. And Alex Iwanni holds up the net, and Alex is smiling.
Yeah, he certainly is.
You don't see Alex smile during a ball game hardly ever. You sometimes don't see him smile after a ball game. Tonight, it truly just does not get any better than this. This is Sports Extra, brought to you by the Les Schwab Tire Center. We'll be back with more Sports Extra after this word from the Les Schwab Tire Center. Win it by a final score of 68-39 over the Central Panthers, and they win the state 3A basketball championship. We sent Amy over to try to get Alex Iwanni. You know what? I wouldn't be, I in fact would enjoy having maybe a couple of the players as well. If we can find somebody that wants to come over and talk to us after the game, and Dave will send you off, try to see if you can come up with some of those. Looking back at, first of all, the girls, they finished 6th in the tournament. The Tillamook girls win their first 2 games, go into the semifinals as Cheesemakers defeated Valley Catholic 39-24, and then Philomath 51-47. In the semis, they got beat by the eventual state champions, Madras 45-41, and then today lost to the number 1 ranked team in the state, Marist 77-64. The Tillamook boys, on the other hand, came into the tournament. They were the number 1 team out of the Quafa as well. They defeated Madras 74-48 in the first game, Siuslaw 43-32 in the second game, and then earned their way into the state semifinals last night, where they defeated Coquille in a great game, 50-45, and then finally tonight they come in against Central, and Central, I'm telling you, is a great team, and I don't know that you'll believe me, because when you look back at what Tillamook did to them in Tillamook, and Bob is going to get Alex, and we're going to try to find some players as well. It looks like they may have taken them. They went to the locker room. They'll probably come back out. We may. Okay, Bob said it'll be a couple minutes.
Yeah, they will be coming back out in a few minutes. They just need a little bit of time as a team, and they'll get straightened out, and they'll send them right back out.
As Alex Iwanni takes them into the locker room, and it is such a team thing and a together thing that it's great to see them have a few seconds together and then come out and also enjoy the fact that there are hundreds of people still milling around on the middle of Ralph Miller Court here, enjoying the activity in the event that took place here tonight, a state 3A basketball championship for Tillamook High School and the Tillamook boys basketball team. We're going to take a break for the Les Schwab Tires. We'll be back with more after this. Cheesemakers win the state championship. We have a special guest here, and that's the only other coach in Tillamook history to have a state championship as well, Bob Lamb. Bob, I know you've helped Alex all year long, and you've worked, you've come out, you've volunteered. You won a state championship with a group in '96. This one seems every bit as sweet.
Well, you know, I had to sweat through a one-point game. Alex could sit back and just relax.
Bob, I don't know if you were as surprised as I was. After having watched Central play in this tournament, we talked, you thought maybe Ontario was a team we would match up better against. Absolutely controlled start to finish this game against Central. It was a surprise to me. Was it to you?
Well, a lot of times there's matchups that cause problems, and Central has problems with the matchups, and they have to rely on their zone. And the guys were ready. They came out. We hit the first 3 or 4 threes. Had to come out of the zone, and then Ruckle, for some reason, rested most of the year and came out to play tonight. I mean, he was like a man out there playing.
He truly made the difference in the ball game, and it was part of the matchup problem again. In fact, they turned around and switched Jordan Pratt onto Runkle just to try to stop him because nobody could stay with him from the top of the key to the hoop.
And see, that's what we figured go all year long. And he got a late start because of injuries and it just didn't get going right off the bat. It took a little bit, and then he stepped it up tonight. But all of them did. They come up and we got the threes. I don't know whether the first 3 or 4 shots. Gardner hits a couple.
We were 4 out of 5 at one point, and again, it came from Kephart, Gardner, Blazer, and Gardner. Look back at him. He had the guts to take the first shot. I say the guts. If he didn't go in, we'd have said, we need to work the ball inside. He knocks down 2 from the outside. He was a huge factor in this tournament as well.
Well, if you think about that, he took the 3 that actually probably made the difference in the Siuslaw game.
Absolutely true. Bob, as you look at this team, they struggled early on and came back and got better and better and better all year long. And that's what it's all about.
Well, we really did. You know, when you have success, it's you got to look at your seniors, and there was great leadership from our seniors this year, and it showed. They had everybody ready.
Speaking of our seniors, thanks, Bob. We're going to talk to one of them or 2 of them right now. Aaron Vogel will come in and talk to us. Aaron, you played a lot of basketball. You've done a lot of things, football, everything else. Did you ever expect you'd be standing here doing this?
No, I haven't.
You know, as you look at the way that game went, I looked back and I looked at the last time these 2 teams played. I thought there's no way in the world we'll blow out Central 2 times in a row. What do you think was the difference in the game?
Our defense, I don't know. Our defense has been our key the whole year. First couple games we kind of were down. I think the turning point was at Newport. We picked it up there, and from there we've won every game.
You know, they shot 25% on the night. On the other hand, the Cheesemakers shot 67%. Shot selection was a lot as well. You took some outside shots early, but you didn't fall in love with the outside shot. You went back inside. Jeremiah Runkle and Jason Hartford, you guys fed easily as Aaron and Chad both sit here. And a fantastic job. Congratulations, not only on the win, but on the way you did it.
Thank you.
As far as playing in front of this many people, that's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's different, but it is great.
It is fun. Aaron, congratulations, senior at Tillamook. Why don't you pass the headset over to Chad? We'll let him talk as well. Chad Kephart, point guard of the Tillamook Cheesemakers. Chad puts the headset on. We'll put it up to his mouth, and we'll get ready to talk to Chad as well. Chad, senior, you came in, and you had some big shoes to fill from last year as Trevor Phillips had a great season and a great tournament, and you kind of felt the pressure early because it was on your back, and it was a struggle to start with. You got better and better and better all year long. What caused that to happen?
Oh, I don't know. I just always wanted to be at this level and play at this level, and I knew that I could do it deep down inside, but at the beginning of the year I kind of struggled, but I came through at the end, I guess.
You know, as you looked at the course of the year, it helped too. Early on, you didn't have a whole lot of help in the backcourt as far as somebody big to throw to. We noticed a number of times tonight, whenever you got in trouble, the ball went back to Jeremiah Runkle, and then you were able to free up and bring the ball down again. That's got to help.
Oh, yeah. Jerry's a great player, and with him back there, it bails me out a lot of times.
Chad, you looked at the course of this game and the way it went. At what point did you feel like the game was over and you're going to win it?
3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We never feel safe from this three.
That's exactly how I felt. I got to tell you, as you know, you look back over your high school career, and there's a lot of things that are fun in high school and fun as you go through athletics. But this will be a memory you'll have forever.
Oh yeah,
a great event and a great tournament. Chad Kephart, thanks and congratulations for the state championship here tonight. We have
made it really tough for him.
You know, and that's a good point in that what we saw from Jeremiah Runkle tonight was truly, although Jerry's played well all year long and does a lot of things, we have not seen the offensive output and the energy that we saw from him. He was 10 out of 12 from the floor for 22 points, and he had a double-double in the first half. That's got to help make you smile.
Oh, yeah, it does. I didn't know, I didn't see the halftime stats, but he played, when he started the game, the way he started, I knew he was going to be ready to play, and he got better and better as the night went on.
As you look at this and the way you played Central earlier in the year and the way you played them tonight, do you feel like if you played them 10 times, you'd beat them 8 or 9 times?
I think so. I with Jerry and Jason inside, it would be really difficult for him to match up. Pratt's a great ball player, and Brazil is too, but at 5'8" and 6'2", they just don't have the horsepower to match up against our big guys. And Aaron and Chad did a great job handling them.
You looked at a lot of other players tonight, too, and it's that fifth spot in your starting lineup that you've rotated 3 different players through, the 3 players in Gardner and help me out, I go blank.
Gary Blazer and Nathan Bake.
Gary Blazer and Nathan Bake. All 3 of them came in with key points in this ball game. The first one being Gardner, that 3-point shot. In fact, 2 of them out of the corner, which got you the lead early and got all the momentum and all the people here going Tillamook way.
Yeah, and that was really key. Sam, I thought, really turned up his game when we got here, and I think he became the leader, and he really wanted this as badly as anyone on the team, and he made everyone work a little bit harder.
The Tillamook Cheesemakers State Championship. Alex, everybody that comes to the tournament hopes that you're going to be standing here. With the way your season went, did you truly think you would be here?
Well, I thought we would get to the tournament, but ending up as the #1 team in the state, no. I really didn't. There are a lot of things that have to happen to occur, and one of the things that happened is that these kids turned up their gameplay and had a real desire to play this game and play it well, and I think that was the key.
And you got better and better and better every game of the entire tournament, and just like last year, you played your best basketball on the last day.
Yeah, and that's the key, and that's the important thing, because we have a lot of tired kids out there. Every one of the kids out there started the game with bone tired. The legs are gone after the 5 days.
3A state championship. Alex Iwani, head coach, congratulations on that fantastic feat this year.
Thank you, Randy.
Alex Iwani, head coach of the Tillamook Cheesemakers. I'm not sure if we'll get Jason Hartford to put that headset on or not, as Jason over here getting lots of hugs, and we'll see. Jason's really saying, I don't know that I want to do this. It's not so hard. Jason, put the headset on. We'll stick it in front of your mouth. You need to get used to this sometime. Jason Hartford, first team all-tournament, and a great, great tournament. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look back to that tournament. The end is a highlight, but the first game had to be a lot of fun for you as well. You were able to put 41 on the board. Say something after I leave a blank there, Jason.
I really don't know what to say.
What was the most enjoyable part of the tournament for you?
Just coming out here and playing with my team.
You look back and you look at the different teams you played. Obviously, Central was an easy one. It made it look easy today. What was the toughest game for you? What was the most frustrating part of the entire tournament?
Saisla.
I would agree with you there, too. What did you do during that whole quarter? Everybody asks me, what were you saying during that entire first period when nothing happens, and yet you're standing out there on the floor? What were you doing?
I was trying to stay focused.
And focus so was I. That was hard to do as they stood there holding the ball.
You get mentally focused for a basketball game, and you're ready to go out there and play, and when you go out there and they hold it for 8 minutes, you got to keep your composure.
Jason, you've watched basketball your entire life. I'm guessing you were down at the state tournament in '96.
Yep.
Looked like a lot of fun. Thought you might try it yourself. I guess you have. Congratulations on a great state tournament. Player of the year in the tournament this year, without a doubt.
Thanks.
Jason Hartford, center for the Tillamook Cheesemakers, here on Sports Extra over FM 94.1 KTIL in Tillamook. Jeremiah, we'll get him one more time. Or we'll get him one time, and we'll see what Jerry has to say as Jerry comes in. Jeremiah Runkle, a fantastic game tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
As you came out tonight, the question was, how are they going to match up? And they tried to stop Jason inside by running a box and one to start with. They followed him man-to-man. They went the rest just in the square box, the 2-2, and you found openings on the backside, either on the drive or on the offensive rebound. Did it seem easy? Were there big holes in there for you to move to?
Yeah, there really was big holes. Pratt mostly tried to front me, it seemed like, and the guards did a good job getting into me.
Did a nice job on the backside. As you had a double-double in the first half, 14 points, 10 rebounds at halftime. You know, we haven't seen a lot of the scoring out of you this year. You didn't need to in a lot of cases. Tonight, you stepped it up. Can you do this anytime you want to?
We'll see. We'll see next year, I guess.
I guess we will. You're not going to have the big guy standing next to you to try to help you out scoring all the time. So some of that may be carried on to you next year. But you lose a lot of people around you, but there's a lot of good people coming back.
Yeah.
And you have the opportunity a year from now to be sitting in the same position with a lot of work. That's got to be fun as a junior.
Oh yeah, we got a good sophomore class coming in. We got a couple of juniors come up, so we think we'll be all right.
A lot of work in the summer, but a lot of time to savor it now. Between now and then, Jeremiah Runkle, second-team All-Tournament, and you were first-team All-Tournament tonight, without a doubt. Congratulations on a state tournament.
Thanks.
Tournament champion Jeremiah Runkle, forward for the Cheesemakers. Tillamook Cheesemakers win it 68-39, a 29-point victory over the Central Panthers for the second 3A state tournament championship in the history of Tillamook basketball. We're going to take our final word from the Les Schwab Tire Center. We'll be back after this. Basketball as they start turning the lights out on us here in Gill Coliseum. We've stayed till the very last second. We've stayed on we went on 2 hours and 40 minutes ago, if that gives you any indication of how much fun we have had. And we were on a couple hours before that for the third-place girls game. And the Tillamook Cheesemakers finished sixth in the girls, and they bring home the big blue trophy for the boys and the tournament bracket. It just doesn't get any better than this.
1-6. Boy, I tell you, you take that every year that you'd start the season off. If you were guaranteed that, you wouldn't even be that excited. We are excited. It is great. It doesn't seem like we've been on for that much time. It was easy tonight.
So the Tillamook Cheesemakers win the ball game. As we said earlier, the Cheesemakers have earned $1 per point for the Tillamook High School Athletic Department, as they earned $1,611 over the course of the year, donated by KTIL and KMBD Radio in Tillamook and Van Bow. We'd like to thank Van for giving us the opportunity. He said it's only going to cost us $100 a piece to broadcast tonight.
Worth every dime.
It was a bargain buy, I got to tell you. It was a fantastic night and worth every bit of the fun and the time and the energy and the effort that we and so many hundreds, in fact thousands, over 1,000 Tillamook Cheesemaker fans that came out here tonight. 6,300 fans came through the door tonight for the state championship game, and the Cheesemakers walk away, and nobody has a doubt in their mind who the best team in the state is right now.
It didn't come down to officiating. It didn't come down to anything. It came down to Tillamook came to play basketball.
Coach Alex Iwani and the Tillamook Cheesemakers, and the final thing we'll do is we'll go through and we'll acknowledge the graduating seniors that have played their last game for Tillamook here as the seniors. Nathan Bake, a 6'2 senior, Chad Kephart, Aaron Vogel, Gary Blazer, Sam Gardner, and Jason Hartford, the most prolific men's basketball player scorer in Tillamook High School history, and he now has a state championship to show for it.
And kids, thank you for the fun. You know what? You truly gave it to us this year, and it has made it an absolute fantastic year for us.
The Tillamook Cheesemakers win it 68-39. They are the 3A state champions of 3A basketball, the 2003 state champions, as the Tillamook Cheesemakers. Unbelievable. Here again tonight. We've said it 100 times, and we'll say it again. The rest of the week, the rest of the year, and for all next year, we can introduce them as the defending 3A state champions. This has been Sports Extra, brought to you by the Les Schwab Tire Center, the place to go for your tire care. This has been Randy Shield along with Dave Sherbondi saying good night and good sports. This has been a KTIL Sports presentation.